Coaches, what is going on? Hope you're doing well. In this video, you're probably here, you're watching because you want to learn how to structure the best online fitness program possible, because right now you may be running into overwhelm and frustration and just burnout. Like, how do you even piece together an online program so clients will actually pay you and keep paying you? And you might just feel kind of stuck right now. And maybe you're just running into inconsistent income, or you sign some clients, but then they fall off, or they don't keep repurchasing from you. They don't re-sign. They just stop when their program duration is over, and it's just leading into inconsistent income for you. Sometimes you're signing clients some weeks, and then other weeks you're not, and it's just not really consistent, and it's frustrating. And probably for you, this is what I ran into. You might have an issue with confidence signing new clients because you're not really sure your back-end program is fully set up to the standard that you want. So I'm going to show you the process that actually with us, we hold and help clients over 2 years because we have just been building the best program possible online. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. But first, I want to show you where I started. So take a look at this. I had to go back, right, in 2019. These were some of the first programs I was delivering, right? I had a good friend, Adnan, and I was just selling $25 programs on the Notes app of my iPhone, right? I was just writing long lists of what to do, meals, and that was it. That's all I did. I sent this, and that was it. No touch points, no accountability, nothing. It was crazy. Really looking back at this, it's like I kind of feel bad for some of those clients. But, right, this is all I knew. I thought I was doing the right thing, and I don't want you to run into the same issue of not delivering to your clients, also selling super cheap programs. So I'm going to show you the right way. So first thing I want you to note down is there's going to be 3 main pillars you want to focus on when it comes to your online fitness program. It's going to be workouts, nutrition, and accountability. Now, first thing is first, I would recommend an online software that you could actually deliver programs on, because it's going to help you, it's going to help the client, and it's going to give a premium feel for your online program. You don't want to be using Google Sheets or Google Docs or ChatGPT, because they can actually do this. Your client is going to be using that and be like, I can write this up on Google Docs. So you want to have a premium feel. I use, and what I'll show you is one of my clients, Billy Conroy. He's amazing. Love Billy. Billy, if you're ever watching this, probably not, but freaking love you. And he's crushing it. He's been with us over 12 months, and he loves the program. And so we use a software called ABC Trainerize. We've been using ABC Trainerize for literally 6 to 7 years, and it gives it that premium feel for an online fitness program. I'm going to teach you how to use it and the best practices to use it with the 3 main pillars we talked about: nutrition, workouts, accountability. Let's first go over workouts. What you can do, this is the home page of Trainerize, right? You have overview, messages, all that stuff. If you go to, let's go to master libraries, and then you go to programs, right? You can actually build out a program. We have a ton that you can then prescribe to a client. Then when you prescribe an actual program, you'll be able to actually see on the client account their fitness calendar, right? And it's all lined up. Trainerize does a great job. They can line up specific workouts on specific days. For Billy, right, he prefers to work out Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And literally Trainerize lays it all out for you, and it's very beneficial. And if he clicks on a workout, right, just for example, everything is lined up for him. The workout demonstration, if I could zoom in here, right, the workout to do, right, a video demonstration. I have some video demonstrations of me, or they will actually, Trainerize will give you some different videos you can use as demonstrations, and you can prescribe the sets that you want them to do. You could prescribe the rest time you want them to do, even the repetitions you want them to do. And then when they're doing the workout, they could actually fill in the amount of reps that they're doing, and then also the weight that they're using, so it's like engaging. They feel like they're a part of it, not just reading a Google Doc. Okay, like it's engaging, and then at the end of the workout, right, they just hit submit, and then they rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and then like It's great because Trainerize will give them emotional wins. When they hit their first 5 workouts, it gives them a little high five. It will let them know if they hit personal records. It will let them know other milestones. It's very helpful because that will keep your clients emotionally engaged when they know they're winning, and the software already does that for you. Okay, so the workouts are already laid out. Now let's talk about nutrition. I'm going to show you what I do for nutrition, but it really depends on you as a coach and the type of clients you're working with when it comes to nutrition. I'm going to show you some best practices, right? So my niche, who I work with, is busy guys that don't have a lot of time that are trying to lose weight, right? So Billy literally fits right into the category. And so my niche might be different than yours, but my strategy, I think, is going to be really helpful, especially if your clients they're busy, they have a lot of things going on. So you can literally just copy what I do. That's completely fine. Or I'll show you some other ways, right? So some different ways to start is what you can literally do. If you want to make a PDF document giving your clients, hey, meal 1, this is what you have. Here are the ingredients. Here are the serving sizes. This is the time you should eat, step by step, lay it out. You can do that. If you have clients that are competing in a bodybuilding show, that probably is the best way to go. All right. And then you could also set up their custom macros and calories as well, right? And so that's a way to go about it. Now, what I do is more of a balanced approach. What I specifically do, I'll zoom in here, is I prescribe a certain amount of calories, proteins, carbs, and fats based on my client goals. And Trainerize, you can do this in the app, is actually calculate this and prescribe it, and then it will lay out these numbers for them, right? And so Billy has his numbers, and then what I do is during the onboarding, I'm going to show you my onboarding. So stay till the end. I'll show you the onboarding PDFs that I send my clients right after they invest and they pay. All right. But also in the app, what I'll do is I will give them our DC Fit recipe book. And in here is a full grocery list, right? Food portion control guide. Also, a bunch of different recipes that they can try to meet their macros. I tell them, like, Billy still goes to Starbucks. Billy still goes to Dunkin' Donuts, right? Like, he still goes there as long as, bottom line, he is meeting his macros. So I give them home recipes. I also give them guides for restaurants, for fast food, all that stuff, because a lot of my clients are on the go, they're on the road, and so they just need what's best for them kind of at the moment, as long as they're meeting their macros and their calories, all right? So I give them a bunch of different options, okay? And then I lay out their specific calories and macros they should be aiming for, all right? And then a great part is they actually track their foods, what they're having on MyFitnessPal. You can see up here, right? They just have the free version. Some of them upgrade to premium, whichever one works, right? And then great news about Trainerize is it literally syncs with MyFitnessPal. So once my clients track on MyFitnessPal, it transfers over onto Trainerize, and I could see what they're having in real time. Like, I love this. My clients love it as well, right? Right, the breakfast. I can see Billy's breakfast. I could see his lunch. I could see his dinner, right? I could see the macro breakdown, right? I can see even micronutrients as well if we're going to really take a deep dive. So it really helps hold him accountable, right? This is yesterday, okay? And a great part about this is it goes by a color coding system. Yesterday, Billy was spot on. You could see all gold yesterday. Billy, great job, brother. Great job, right? All gold calories, protein, carbs, fats, all gold. Now today, right, I'm going to have to freaking scream at him. No, I'm kidding. But today he's all gold with calories, you can see, but he's a little bit, the day's not over, but he's a little bit under protein and carbs, and he's over fats. You can see red is over, and then blue is under, and then when they hit gold, they're pretty spot on. Okay, so it really helps clients. It almost gamifies the process. I'll tell you this, you can't do this on a Google Doc. You can't do this on a Google Sheet, right? So it gamifies the process. I tell my clients it's almost like macro Tetris, and it makes it very fun for them, right? So this is a strategy with nutrition that you could just copy, and I'm also going to send you my onboarding. If you do actually want the onboarding, I can send it to you. You can DM me. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But This is on Trainerize, the process you can copy for nutrition. Last thing is accountability. This is the most important thing because you don't want to just set up a nutrition system, workout system for your clients, then just leave them high and dry. Don't talk to them, don't check in. They want the check-ins. They want to know someone is in their corner actually helping them. So I want you to take some notes here. This is going to be helpful. We one-on-one check in with our clients every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Trainerize. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is how we check in. We always start with a positive, right? And then we'll either give them some feedback, or if they're just crushing it, we'll ask some further goals, right? So what this, I'll put into actually an example, right? So for example, today, Billy, right? So with Billy, what we'll actually say is, Billy, just wanted to say, hope you had an amazing day. Dude, I saw you crush your calories. Amazing job today. All gold, right? That could be the first message. And then second message, but I do see that we went over fats a bit, right? So I would just be a bit careful with what you're getting in that hot table panini, right? And then also, if you're open to it, right, the hard-boiled eggs are good, but we can maybe switch to egg whites. Does that make sense, right? So it's like we're starting with a positive, like, Billy, great job. Give him some pat on the back. And then, right, we actually go to, like, how we can improve them because we care about them. We care about Billy. We care about our clients. We can't just pat them on the back. We want them to get better. We want them to improve, right? And so you can do things like that. Acknowledge. For yesterday, right, not much to help. He got all gold. He tracked his weight. He got his steps in. Right, so what we could say, Billy, like, what I'll literally do is I will screenshot their profile and I'll send it to them so they know I'm, like, looking over their stuff, right? And I will literally screenshot it, I'll send it to them, and for this example, I'll be like, Billy, 4 out of 4 gold bars, amazing job, super proud of you, let's go, message 1. Right. Second message is like, I'm loving this consistency. How do you think we can keep this consistency the rest of the week? I'm always leaning into, like, the next question because I want to help my clients. I want it to be an engaging conversation. I don't just want to, like, pat them on the back. I'm like, this is 50-50. How can we really help each other grow? Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that is clear, and it really gives them a good sense of accountability. And that's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's not like every day because we need to give them some time to implement and incorporate, but that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay? Now, next things we do is every Monday I send out a support call link. And we have a Facebook group, and then also Trainerize, you can make a group chat, which is awesome. And in there, right, I actually put in a support call link where they can book in, and it's kind of like office hours, right? They can get their questions asked. It's just 15-minute conversations. And how I run those calls, if you want to take note, you start with wins. You know, like their recent wins. You want to ask them, hey, like, Billy, let's start with some wins. What are some recent wins for you? I got my steps in. I got my workout today. All goal. Like, start with positive stuff. Okay. Then you want to get into struggles. So Billy, like, let's kind of go over now. What are some obstacles for you recently? What are you kind of struggling with? I want to help. They'll get into that, right? And then that will lead to, you know, basically 15 minutes. Then you give them some action steps moving forward for the week. So wins, struggles, action steps moving forward. Okay? So we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday messages, support calls. Now, I'll say this. If you are a coach with less than 20 clients, I would do one-on-one calls, like mandatory. Each week you have a specific time because you're just starting out and you want these clients to literally, like, cheer over you. These are your billboard clients, meaning they're going to be walking around telling your friends if they like your program or not, right? They're going to get a transformation and they're going to be like, check out my coach. And I would give them the most accountability possible, right? So I do support calls, and then we also have a group. So I turned my one-on-one process to more of group coaching because our our environment, our ecosystem, our client base just got so big. So I just literally cannot do one-on-one calls. I do office hours still, and anyone that wants to book in, books in, but not all clients are booking in. That's why my schedule can kind of afford it. So for you, I would go one-on-one, like 100% in the beginning, and then you could go more into group coaching with some office hours involved. Right. And that's another thing you want to write down is as you get a bigger client base, you can make a group, a Facebook group, or maybe on WhatsApp or Discord, right? Telegram. There's a bunch of different platforms. You can have a community setting, right? Put all your clients in there, have your new clients introduce themselves. And it's like you want to think about it as a party. If you have a lame party going on, no one's going to want to show up. But if you have a party where people are talking, engaging, they're going to want to stay longer. Something that will help you do this is what we do twice a month, right? So every 14 days, we run a mini challenge in our community, right? So we'll host like a step challenge where our clients are posting their steps, how many steps they're getting, and then the person that's most consistent posting wins a prize. Maybe it's a protein maker, like a blender, or protein shakes, or protein bars, something like that. We've literally given away Apple Watches, right? Better the prize, the better. It'll help them engage. And then think about it. When you get a new client, and they come into the community and there's like 11 posts that day in your community, not just from you, but other members, they're going to be like, wow, I just made an amazing decision with this investment because now I'm part of a movement. Okay, so let's recap. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, trainerized messages, right? We also have office hours. You can do more one-on-one if you're just starting, which eventually gets into a group setting, okay? And you can pick where you want that. You could do the office hours still with the group setting, and even if you want, you can do a group coaching call with office hours, right? You can see there's a lot of different ways to go about this, and this should help you organize your thoughts to be like, okay, how do I really want to go about this? And you can even ask some of your clients what they prefer, but would definitely utilize some of the strategies here. All right, so you have office hours, and you're eventually, as you grow, you are forming a community. You could host mini challenges in that community, and you can even maybe once a month, twice a month, or maybe every week, you can do a coaching call with all your clients and give a lesson, right? You could do a protein masterclass, right? 3 ways to get your protein up, and then a Q&A at the end. All right, so when it comes to the accountability, those are things you should be taking action on. Now, what we personally do is we don't do the group coaching call, but every Wednesday, I will post a video in our group. It's like motivation video, 5 to 10 minutes. It's very motivating, okay? And then also what we do is every Friday, we send out to each client a check-in form. They fill it out. And then every Monday, all right, I email them their progress report. Their progress report goes over their wins. It goes over their struggles. It goes over action steps, similar to a support call. Okay, so that's personally what we do. Now, if you are just starting, right, I had to kind of find a way to really streamline it because a lot of my focus is on business coaching, helping coaches like yourself succeed, grow your business past $10,000 per month, right? But a lot of you're just full focused on coaching. And so what you can do is start with a lot of one-on-one, and then as your group starts to grow, you can do still one-on-one. You could do the office hours, and then I would definitely recommend doing the live sessions, right? You could do like the protein masterclass, things like that, with the group coaching. It's super helpful, right? A lot of different methods you can go about it. I know, and I want you to make sure you pick the best ones for you, and it gives you some guidance. I always tell my clients there's a lot of different ways to shoot a basketball, but all the different ways it can still go in the hoop. Okay, so pick what aligns for you and what's doable for you and your schedule. A lot of you still have other jobs, in-person jobs, 9-to-5 jobs. You can't do all of this, right? But I would definitely stay true to, especially if you're starting, to the calls. Okay, I would start with one-on-one, then you could get to office hours and more group coaching and have that community. Okay, and definitely the messages, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can't just ghost your clients after they pay, right? They're paying for accountability. Okay. And then once you make this full time, you could just go full shebang, right? You have the in messages, in Trainerize accountability. You have that. And then you also do group calls, right? I gave the example of the protein masterclass. And you also have one-on-one calls, eventually making it office hours. And you have that community where you're hosting mini challenges in there. If you do that, you have a top-notch freaking program. Maybe you don't have it just yet to there because you have some other obligations with the 9 to 5 and other things, but that's what you can actually strive for. All right, so I hope this makes sense. I hope this is clear. Now, I actually want to show you my onboarding process. It will give you some good information. Right after someone pays on the call, they get an automatic, right, email sent to Trainerize. So they set up their Trainerize. Then right after that, I send them this email, okay? It is in depth, but what you want to take away is it's very step-by-step. I give them a thank you for joining, but then also I go over like, hey, important notes, the documents below, make sure you go through them. I give them homework as well. It's so step by step. They go through this and like I am completely like away from the onboarding process because everything is right here. Everything is right here because throughout the years, I just basically took all the repeated questions I got and I just put them into documents, okay? So with this PDF, the first one is very step-by-step, like how to get started. And then the second and third one are nutrition resources. And I'm just going to show you a glimpse of the first one, right? Thank you for joining, all that stuff. This is a consent form. And then it's all laid out. Step 1. Right, how to navigate Trainerize. Step 2, download MyFitnessPal. Step 3, how to integrate MyFitnessPal with Trainerize. Step 4, Step 5, Step 6, all these things. Join the community. The live training that I do, or the video that I do on Wednesday, right? The all these things, right? The basically the process with workouts and macros, the whole shebang is right here. All right, everything. Okay, so if you do want this and you want to look through this PDF, like I'm not gonna gatekeep any of this. Like I could just send it to you, but you would have to reach out on Instagram. My Instagram's at DannyCavs4, DannyCavs4, and I could just send you basically this email and you could look through it. Like we can pretend like you just signed up for the fitness program. I'll just send this to you. And you could definitely get some ideas. I always send this to my clients that sign up to give them ideas in terms of like the business coaching clients that I'm helping through mentorship grow and scale their business. I always send it to them because it really helps with ideas. So that is the process. Quick recap. You have the 3 main pillars. You have workouts, pretty straightforward. You could build the workouts in Trainerize. You have nutrition. You can either make it step-by-step meal plans, and also you could put in macros still with that. I like to give my clients a bit more balance, give them a bunch of different options to meet their macros, and then we sync MyFitnessPal with Trainerize, and then we can actually see in real time what they have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all that good stuff to help them out. And then with accountability, I know I went over a lot. You want to kind of what works best for you, your schedule. How can you give the most to your clients without burning yourself out? Right, so I gave you a lot of different options you can go about. I would definitely recommend some form of calls while still messaging in app, and they will appreciate that a lot. Because you have to think about the other generic programs out there that just leave them high and dry and just give them like a little PDF or, you have like Weight Watchers. It's like a point system, but now there's a real human experience. There's a human, you, messaging them, staying on top of them, holding them accountable, and you have calls, right? So it really holds them accountable because my clients always say like, listen, we have this call coming up, like I'm going to do my workouts. I don't want you yelling at me, right? I'm going to do the nutrition, right? So it gives that accountability factor. And that is with nutrition, the accountability, with workouts as well, and that is the process. Now listen, if you do want more one-on-one help constructing this whole process, what I actually do for my business coaching clients, the clients I'm mentoring to scale their business, is I always start by being a ghost client. So we build their program together, and then I get into their fitness program and see all the missing holes, the gaps, what they're kind of doing right, but also what they're doing wrong. And a lot of clients are doing things wrong, right? So I kind of go in there and I help them. If you want some more one-on-one help with that, and also just getting more clients, attracting clients through your content, sales, and keeping them for longer so you can hit that $10,000 month mark and actually grow from there, what you can do, there's a link in the description of this video. You can book in for a free strategy call. I could see how I could possibly help you, and we can go from there. All right, I appreciate you. Have the best day.